What is up, everyone? Welcome to the video. I hope you guys are doing well. If some of you guys have been watching my channel for a while now, you guys know that I don't usually cover CrossFit news, but I did do a video covering some CrossFit news at the end of the games, and I actually really like filming that video, so I figured, you know what? Let's do a couple CrossFit news videos here and there. We're going to sprinkle them in a little bit. We're not going to do them all the time, but when some exciting news comes out, let's do them. And some exciting news came out and I really want to talk about it. So the first thing is that Hard Work Pays Off released their training roster, which is so exciting. I am just interested to see how this all turns out. And so their athletes are Mal O'Brien and Jason Hopper. They were already there. They did great with Hard Work Pays Off last year. I mean, Hard Work Pays Off is technically like a new training, but I mean, obviously Matt Fraser has been around for a while now, so he has a lot of knowledge. So they had Mal O'Brien and Jason Hopper, of course, but there's new athletes, which is Thuri Helgadottir, I don't know how to say her name, Helgadottir. She will be on the training roster. Also Sam Quant, Amanda Barnhart, and Katrin Davidsdottir, which is, oh, this is exciting to see. I'm so excited to see this. Take a shot every time I say excited. Actually, please don't. You're gonna get, just, you know what? Take a shot of water. That's a good idea. Anyways, so there's been a lot of talk about CompTrain and how all the athletes have been leaving CompTrain, and that is news within itself. And this is interesting because Katrin, Amanda, and Sam were all CompTrain athletes who have left CompTrain, and now they move on to Hard Work Pays Off, which I think is like rightfully so. CompTrain is a good training platform. I'm not gonna say that it's horrible. I did CompTrain for many years and it was good training, and it was good training for a while. However, I find that the games and the training for the games have changed significantly. The competitiveness when it comes to the games is so much harder and different than what the training was for the games, like let's say in 2015. Of course, Katrin was really successful with CompTrain for a while, which was great. But as you saw through the years, Katrin started to kind of fall back, and that I just believe is because CompTrain, their style worked a while ago, but their style doesn't really work now. Whereas now Hard Work Pays Off, they are, I just feel like, more current and more like suited for what the games are now. And I think that this is great for the athletes to be able to move on to Hard Work Pays Off and see how they do. A lot of people wrote off Katrin like this past year. They're like, you know what, she's done. She has nothing left in her. She should just retire. Like, there's nothing with her anymore. And part of me was like, no, there's still something there. Like, I still feel like she could still add a little bit in there. And I will be really excited to see how this all turns out with this new training platform for her. She's a really strong athlete, but she also has pretty significant weaknesses. And I feel like Matt Fraser is all about working on the weaknesses and bringing your weaknesses up. So you have your strengths, obviously, but you want to kind of balance them all out overall, is what I'm trying to say. And I think that will be really great for Katrin because she has some pretty significant weaknesses, and they really showed this year. That's why she obviously didn't make it to the games. And it will be great to see if she can really improve on those weaknesses, see how much she can get better. And I feel like if they put her on the Hard Work Pays Off team, like if they accepted her on that team, then they obviously think she has some potential left in her. And the same thing with Amanda Barnhart. Man, that girl is a literal beast. I love watching her. She is so strong, and I'm excited to see how she does with Hard Work Pays Off as well. I feel like she's an athlete who doesn't have significant weaknesses. Obviously each athlete has their weaknesses, but Amanda, she, you know what, she's pretty balanced overall, I guess you can say. Obviously she's more of a strength athlete, and I was kind of sad to see how she didn't like perform her best at the swim event in the games this year. So it'll be really nice to see how they can kind of bring all her strengths together and kind of balance everything out, and some of her weaknesses, balance all that out and really level her up, because I feel like she has a lot of potential left in her and she can really level herself up. So it will be really nice to see how they can level her up. And Sam Quant too. I think he has great potential, and it will be really nice to see how the new training kind of goes in with him. Now, that being said, I think that Matt obviously will be training like one-on-one with Mal, like how they were doing this past year. And I think that the other athletes will be doing like the training from a distance and then doing like coming in, working with Matt and the team, and then, you know, staying in their own space, if that makes sense. So I think Matt's full concentration will still be on Mal, but he will also have other athletes that he's working with. And then in some other CrossFit news, Clair Toomey released a video how she almost didn't go to the CrossFit Games this year because of a back injury. And this is something that I find interesting because she obviously was not as dominant this year, and a lot of people were like, why is she not dominant? And she also, like, there was rumor, well, Sean Woodland was told that she was retiring and they announced it, but then she said she wasn't retiring. So I feel like this back injury kind of plays into it. Okay, just stay along with my theory. This is this theory, this is definitely not fact. So I had thought that, you know, Tia, she had kind of backed out and saying that she was not going to, like, she didn't say she was retiring, and she also didn't say she wasn't retiring. And I thought that she was going to say it in a, like, a Instagram post, kind of make it official there, which she didn't. And she's been kind of like here and there, like saying if she's going to retire, if she's not going to retire, kind of going back and forth. So everyone's wondering, is she going to retire? Is she not? I think she's not going to retire this year, obviously. I think most of us have that consensus now. But I think that the back injury was a little bit of a factor of her thinking that she was going to retire, because it seemed like it was almost something that could have been career ending for her to not be able to do the games, and that she wasn't able to like row without being in pain. That is something that's really hard. And for her to actually win and actually do how good she did with the back injury is quite interesting. She didn't say specifically what her back injury was, but I kind of have an inkling of what it was, which would be very limiting. I mean, no matter what, an injury can be very limiting. And she's been going non-stop for years. Like, she's been doing the Olympics, she's been doing bobsledding, she's been doing weight, like she does so much outside of CrossFit too. It's totally understandable that her bodies can just have a really hard time. That's a lot of training that she's been putting her body under. And I think this is a theory now, okay, that she really thought that she was done for after this games because of her back injury. But I think that her back started feeling better, so she was like, wait, no, I think I actually have some more left in me, and that maybe if I have a little bit of an off season and I can fully like rehab my back, then I can get back into it and be dominant next year, which will be interesting because I don't think she'll be dominant because how good other athletes are. But I still think she'll win. It's easy, just say. Anyways, so I think she'll test out her back at like some little competitions. I know she's gonna be doing a competition, I believe, in Australia soon. So I guess she'll see how her back does there and how it's feeling overall throughout the season. I think that's why she's not officially announcing anything. But I think once she gets a clear of her back and how she's feeling and like her back feels good, then she's gonna be like, yeah, I'm doing the games again, here we go. And we'll see her dominate the games next year. That is just obviously my theory. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I love to hear your opinions. I love to talk to you guys. Let me know what you think about all this CrossFit news, and if you guys think that I should do more CrossFit news videos. I feel like there needs to be more of a female voice in the CrossFit news space. I was talking with Sporty Beth CrossFit. She's another CrossFitter here on YouTube and on Instagram. She's really great too. We were talking together and we're like, you know what? There's not many female voices out there, so let's put our voices out there. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. It really does help the channel a lot. And if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below. You guys know where it is. And don't forget to be unstoppable. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Cold inside like winter leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you come back, I wanna give you a chance. Love me like you used to, so we can learn again. The skin is getting brown, baby, drink your night.